Hey everybody, welcome back to another review. I hope you guys enjoyed the hour-long video that I posted up back on Monday, I think. Or wait, actually, what day is it today? Shit, sorry, today's Saturday. I think that was probably back on Thursday or Friday. I forget when I uploaded it, but hope you guys are enjoying that video. And as you can see, we're in a different setup again. This is now the third or fourth time that I've changed location, so I do apologize for that. But because if I turn the camera around, you're going to see why. Because like I've been teasing on the channel, a lot of changes have been happening lately. So just bear with me, as a lot of things are about to happen. And I will explain it all in due time, what's been happening and why all the things are changing, why the environments look so different. I'll be explaining that in due time. I just need a couple more weeks to get adjusted. And before you ask, my voice sounds a little odd because I had an allergic reaction because we were moving a lot of stuff around, and I got a very, very nasty allergic reaction because of a lot of the dust. And we have a cat in the house, which I'm cool with the cat. I don't get an allergic reaction from the cat per se. It's more or less her fur, and if it piles up, then I can get very allergic very quick. But with just being around just the cat itself, I don't have any issues with in terms of my allergies. But all that is being taken care of. I just woke up from a nap, so I am, I'm stabilized. Let's put it that way. But we're not here to talk about Chris's allergic reactions. We're here to talk about a movie, and what that movie is Monster. Now, before you guys say anything, no, it is not the Charlize Theron film. Way back in like 2022 or 2022, no, 2002. I believe she won her Oscar for that film as well, if I'm not mistaken. A film that I actually have not yet seen. So I saw the makeup for her. She looks very good. But we're talking about a new Netflix film called Monster, which got released over the weekend, and stars Kelvin Harrison Jr., Jeffrey Wright, uh, uh, Angelina Houston, I believe. That's or Jennifer Houston, I believe. Yeah, and someone else, which I will not reveal because I feel like that person was not showcased anywhere. I haven't seen the trailer, so I can't say if this person's in the trailer. But if that person's not in the trailer, just know that there's someone in this film that is getting some recent popularity, and yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that later. But what is Monster about? Well, Monster is about it's a courtroom drama. It's about a man named, I forgot the name of the character already. I'm sorry, but Calvin Harris Jr. plays this victim who witnessed, who was may or may not attached to a robbery, and which leads to a death, a killing of an individual, and it becomes basically on paper a standard courtroom drama about trying to I won't spoil for anybody, but you know what I mean by a standard courtroom drama, something in the vein of like what was that Joe Pesci, Marissa Tomei courtroom drama. Forget what that was called, but something along those lines where we have seen this type of pattern over and over and over again. Philadelphia, as well as Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington. Um, so going into it, I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel. I will say this: what really got me attached to Monster, just based on the hearing of it, because I heard about this film before it came out, was Kelvin Harrison Jr. I am a big fan of his. I believe he's a very, very underrated talent. I think he was great in It Comes at Night. I haven't seen Waves yet, so I really want to see that film just to see how that compares and contrasts to the other to It Comes at Night, because the director was also attached to that film. Um, and I also saw him just in general, just with his acting ability and just what he chooses. I really admire him a lot, and I really enjoy a lot of his choices. So then going into Monster, knowing he was the main lead, that really got me excited. And I have to say right off the bat that the first thing that really hit with Monster was the performances. I think the performances are, in general, very strong. As I mentioned, Calvin Harrison Jr. is a very, very underrated talent, and he proves it once again in Monster because he is solid in the film. He is very, very good in the movie. And that one person that I had just mentioned, I have not seen a lot of his work because he's relatively a newcomer, but he's gotten popularity very, very quickly because of his attachments and being the son of somebody. That should give you a clue who I'm talking about. Yeah, he also did a solid job. I actually think of the work I have seen of his, that's probably the best that he's done, because I really, really bought him in that particular role that he was playing. But Kelvin Harrison Jr. is the star of the film. He is what keeps the film going. His solid performance, his commitment to the role, it really, really keeps you entranced and really in focus. But thankfully, that's also not the only element of the film that's keeping you invested, because the direction and the style is also the highlight of it all. It is the atmosphere surrounding the film is absolutely captivating and keeps you invested enough into this world and this idea that they're trying to get you attached to. Because if there is a fault to this film, the message and the handling of it does feel very, very familiar. And I've noticed a lot of reviews online are very mediocre for this movie because of said thing. Because the outcome of what it's the outcome that you expect. But also, you kind of hope for more to come from such. And as I said, it's stylized and it's grounded. But once you tore it down and you just see what is, it is, as I mentioned, a very standard courtroom drama. The story is almost kind of at points asking for a twist or some more interesting details to help match the other strong elements, but the story just can't give those details, unfortunately. But it just sticks to the book. I mean, since this is also based on a true story, there's only so much you can change to elevate your story, and I understand from that perspective why the filmmaker wanted to keep close to what may have happened. Because I know there's always an argument about making historical inaccuracies or not being completely true to the event. It's a film. We have to. There's obviously going to be changes. That's why it's called an adaptation, because it's also based on a book. So it's an adaptation first, so it has to look at the page and see what they can use and what they cannot use. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of material that this movie did not use, and I'm very curious to know what that material is, because if it did add more layering to the film, I would have appreciated that much more than what we had gotten, thematically speaking. But uh, besides all that, though its idea, because the main fault to the film is that the idea is something that we have explored time and time again, and the execution and the just overall outcome of said idea is something that we have seen very often when it comes to a courtroom piece. But the firm grip and its pacing, direction, style, and strong committed performances all around elevate this courtroom drama to heights that otherwise would feel extremely familiar and weak. But because with what we have to carry it, it is honestly quite absorbing, captivating, and satisfying in the ways it needed to be. I know that a lot of people probably are not going to watch this film because it's a very small film, but please watch it. I think it's actually a very solid film. Besides a lot of the reviews that are out there saying it's kind of mediocre, if you focus more, if you're hoping for more out of this, then you're probably going to be disappointed. But for what you are getting with this movie, like I said, the performances, the direction, very, very surprised by the handling of the film, like just the overall craftsmanship, and again the performances really elevate this movie a lot and really got me invested. And for that, I find this movie very, very, very well done, and I want people to watch it. And it's just it's social commentary that we have seen before, but in the way it was handled, I found it to be very solid and very well done, and worth your time watching.